Hi, Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Ascendant, or Venus. This is Dane, and I'm going to be doing your April 30th, 2022 New Moon, Black Moon reading for you. Now I ask if this reading resonates with you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. If you're interested in any of the cards that I'm using, they will all be listed in the description box below. Now, before we begin this reading, let us clear the energy space, raising our own energy vibration and releasing any negativity. This cleanse and meditation will be accompanied by a loud sound. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. Releasing all negativity from the body like storm clouds. Letting yourself feel calm, centered, and at peace as we enter into this safe and loving space. So it's very interesting, Scorpio, the energy that's coming up here was first you sitting at a desk with your back towards a window, and this is beautiful window of this amazing view. And Spirit is saying, be mindful that while we are working so hard and caught up in one thing, that like the rest of life is passing us by. So be aware of that we're going to get caught up during this time in the wrong things. And we need to kind of pull ourselves out of it. There's also this imagery of a sparrow, like nestling down into the leaves and then sprouting back up. So I don't know why that image is so important, but Spirit is saying like you're gaining your wings again. And also you're connecting to your tribe, your purpose, what you desire. So let's see what the energy we have to be mindful of is. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides. This is the Eight of Cups. This is cutting something off too soon, saying that's it, I'm done. It can very well be our temper or our emotions getting the best of us. Be mindful of this. There is also somebody who's going to use this as a manipulation. They have no intent or purposes of going anywhere, yet they're going to make you feel like, oh, well, you're just hanging on to me by a thread, or I can leave at any time I want to. So being aware of that is going to be important for us. Then we have our chakra energy. Ooh, goodness. Okay. There we go. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. This is truth. This is the throat chakra. This is saying speak your truth, at least to yourself. If we don't want to share our opinions about everything and anything to everyone, that's perfectly fine and perfectly reasonable. But share your truth with yourself. Have it balance your energy, your desire, because people will start to say and see, oh, this person lives a very authentic, kind way, and I can honor them for that. Even if they don't agree, even if they don't know exactly what our values are or what we want from life, they can see that much, and that's beautiful. So let's see what the tarot has to say about this time. Actually, before we dive into the tarot, let's talk about this black moon. So the black moon is the second new moon in any month. So this hasn't happened since August 2020. So this is rare. It is beautiful. The new moon is in Taurus, and this is a time where we need stability. But we are also going to not easily accept or easily, see the stability or be satisfied with the stability that is coming right now, meaning that we're fighting against something. We need to learn to accept change as part of life. We also need to find our own self-respect and not seek it in material things or, other people. So that's going to be very important. Accepting ourselves for who we are and will make it easier to have the peace, to have the tranquility that is coming forward, and to stay centered in our waking world. Now, the lunar eclipse brings immense emotions forward. It causes things that aren't working out in our lives to break down, to collapse. And now it focuses us to focus on the truth, where we'd rather not see it. We'd rather not see what we need to see. We want rather just sweep it under the rug and walk away. We can either run from what we don't want, or we can face what we have to learn and say, okay, I see you. I see you, and you don't get to hold, the puppet strings anymore. Let's look at our tarot energy. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. So we have the Page of Pentacles, the Knight of Cups, the Lovers, the Sun, Justice, and Gemini. So the Lovers also represents Gemini energy. So we have strong Gemini energy coming forward here, Scorpio. We also have Libra energy with Justice. Justice represents Libra in the major arcana. We have this moon being a teaching moon for us. We have the Page of Pentacles. We ourselves are represented by the Knights of Cups. We are represented by the Cups in the minor arcana, by the Death card in the major arcana. We are students of the way that we want to move forward within our lives. This moon is having us look at things practically in a very different way than we had looked at them before. In the Moonology deck, the new moon in Taurus says prosperity lies ahead. And prosperity does lie ahead. We just need to bring practicality into our dreams, into what we desire. And we're becoming students of that. We're also looking at what we really want. We're also seeing where our armor is on, what we're looking for, what we want, the things that have hardened our hearts over the years as we have lived that just come from being human. We're looking at the way that we want to move forward. There's confidence to us, and there's also a brilliant, expanse of ideas. Are we accepting it, or are we silencing ourselves? That's going to be an important question here. This is also the time to ask questions. This is also a time to, if we wanted to start learning something or start, kind of reclaiming our lives, this is the time to do it. We have the Lovers, Gemini energy. There is a duality during this time. There is a sense of, I want two different things. I need to move forward in different ways. There's one part of me that wants this. There's another part of me that wants that. It is the conflict of being human, but it is also the wisdom of diving deeper and deeper into what we want, into what we desire, into what we need. Gemini's flutter from flower to flower, like a butterfly. And what Spirit is showing me here is that it's to make the richness of the nectar. It is to make richness that fluttering occurs. It's like a bee gathering up for honey, right? So gathering up the nectar for honey, it brings different tastes to that honey, different qualities to that honey. That's what I see coming forward here. There are different avenues to what we love and what we desire that we are gathering to us during this time. But there's also a need to say, this is what I love, this is who I am, and not apologizing for it, because the sun shines on us as we embrace what we want, what we desire, what we need from our lives. There's a energy of justice here, of balance, of insight, of cutting through a lot of doubts and fears, but also being very discerning, Scorpio, of the energy that we want in our lives, at the way that we want to move forward. We're looking at things. And for a lot of us, we're looking at, wow, I gave you the power to judge me, and yet I would never want to be you. So what the heck does that mean? It brings us to Gemini. It brings us to, again, that duality of self and insight and ideas and looking at things in a very different way, but in a very questioning way. We have a lot of questions during this time, Scorpio, and we're going to want to dive deeper into emotions to answer them, or into, other people's stories and ideas to answer them. What Gemini says is that we need to look at the different parts of ourselves. The part that we might accept readily, the part that everybody else wants us to be, but also the part that we want to be, that we need to, value and see within ourselves. And ask the question of, how do these come together? How do these play off each other? The moon is telling us, angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels. Yeah, another Gemini card, angels and spirit guides. So this says the answers you need are coming. And that's what this time is about for us, finding the answers that we desire, but also finding the questions, finding ourselves again, finding the answer to who we are and where it is that we want to be and what's important to us. It brings us then to hold your vision, hold your vision as your guide, Hold what you want as that leading force forward, Scorpio, because what we are envisioning for ourselves has power. Now, it might not be a mansion. It might not be the fancy cars. We could be envisioning for that. But somewhere in the deep psyche of ourselves, it doesn't compute. It's like, that's not you. That's not you. So listening to ourselves, listening to things that say, no, I can't do that. And saying, why? That's going to be very important. Connecting with our own emotional self is going to be astoundingly beneficial for us. Let's look at what the tarot has to say. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels. We have the 9 of Wands and we have the 2 of Swords. There's a lot of information coming our way. Now, this can be twofold. One, because we have such strong Gemini energy coming forward, we can be seeking this out. We can want to know the whys and the how comes about everything. Also, with strong Gemini energy coming forward, we can have a very strong Gemini in our lives. They ask questions. They look at different emotions. They gather up emotional insight, like other people gather up bottle caps. They just think it's a fun thing to do. We're not going to like it that much. As water sign energy, we're very emotional about the emotions that we choose, meaning that we don't want to look at it. We don't want to value it this way or that way, or look at it this way or that way. We need to go with our initial gut feeling, and we need to stay with it. The 9 of Wands is telling us that there's a lot coming forward for us during this time. People are saying a lot of things. People have a lot of very strong opinions about the way that we should move forward, what we should be doing, where we should be going, how we should be doing this. And that's great. Everybody can have their opinion, but we ourselves need to move forward for ourselves. With the 9 of Wands, there is the sense of, I need a break. I need to calm things down. I need to center within myself before making the decision. Because if we don't do that, then it's going to be everybody else's wants, needs, and desires making our decisions for us. A path is opening up that we hadn't seen before. We've always seen things as being pretty straightforward. All paths lead to one path. I'm just seeing the swords as almost, blending into each other. It all led to this one path forward. And Spirit is saying here, well, what if it's completely different than we expected? What if things start to change? And it's by looking at things in a different way. It's by asking the questions. It's about seeing what we desire that we open up this different road. And we might not be ready for the road that opens to us. So be aware of that. Because that's what Spirit is showing here. Spirit is showing that it's different. It's just saying it's different for us. There's a sense of either this could be somebody else's dream or somebody is telling us, it has to be like this. And we're like, no, but it's different. It's different now than what you had seen. It's different now than the way you would have done it. So being aware that the path that we thought would just collide, it would just all meld together, it's not going to do that. It's going to be close, because I almost see this as a relationship, like somebody that, oh, you'll come over to my way of thinking. And we're not going to think exactly like them. We can think very similarly, but our path is moving us in a very interesting but different way. So let's look at the moon again. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels. And spirit guides, angels. Ooh, 2 once again. We have blossoming. We are blossoming into who we are, what we want, what we desire, but it's taking patience. And a lot of times we don't want to have that patience, Scorpio. We want it to be yesterday. We want things to be falling together. We want it to be happening. Patience as we find our footing, as we understand the way that we want to move forward, of what's important for us. This moon is saying, slow down, slow down. It doesn't have to be done so quickly. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides. The 4 of Wands, the Knight of Swords, and the Page of Wands. So the 4 of Wands is a celebration. It is a joy coming in. There can be a moving house, but there could also be settling into a home, like making something beautifully and perfectly ours. There is also an energy here of new opportunities coming our way, an opening of ideas that we didn't think would be profitable, or we didn't know how it would be profitable, and now it's starting to open to us. We're like, oh, well, why can't I do that? Or, oh my gosh, that person suggested this and it's such a good idea. Then we have the energy also coming forward of, we need to celebrate. We need to celebrate our life more. Things are going to be passing us by. more quickly than we had imagined they would. We're like, oh, we'll have time to celebrate. We'll have time to celebrate. Spirit is like, no, celebrate it now. It's important. Not meaning that we won't have time in the future, but to remember and to celebrate now is going to be very important. We have the Knight of Swords. We are rescuing, and we are also having something rescued within us. There is a sense of a part of us being asleep for quite some time. That is being awakened, but first it is being rescued, it's being pulled out of the darkness, and it is saying, I am embracing the beauty, the insight, the ideas that I need, that I want, that I desire for myself. I'm opening up this door. And as I do so, I'm cutting through doubts, fears, negativity, hurt, pains, and despairs that I've been carrying. And as I cut through this, I'm starting to see myself, but I'm also starting to see what I want. We can become rather harsh during this time. We can also be dealing with a person who is doing this for us. Like they're awakening us, they're pulling us out of a darkness, but they have a harshness to them. They have an edge to them that we're just thinking, what the heck is wrong with you? Like, who are you to like demand this or say this or do this? They're awakening us in a way that is profound, but they might not be here to stay. So just be very mindful of this. This person who is kind of rustling everything up, kind of, I just see them rustling our feathers. As the Spirit keeps on saying, they might not be in that mood to rustle the feathers forever, or they're just like a passing person in our lives. So being aware of that is going to be important. The Page of Wands is us being wise. It is being a student of our dreams and what we desire. It is our passion, our insight. It is how we want to shine. And this is a time where we're studying that. We're looking at that in different ways. We're coming to different conclusions than we had before. And we can also be very confused with what we are learning and how to implement that within our lives, and also how we want to move forward and what's appropriate for us and what isn't. So there's a sense of doors are opening, but it's going to be overwhelming. There's also a sense of a young, or at least young acting fire sign energy in our lives, pushing the boundaries and having us look at things differently. I can see us running after this person and thinking, oh my God, can you just like calm down? Can you sit quietly for just a minute? I need a break. That's not in this person's vocabulary. They will go and go and go and then just collapse and then go and go and go again. That's just who they are. So let's look at what the moon has to say for herself. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. So we have you and your loved ones are safe, which is absolutely beautiful. Ooh, wait, I'm not done yet. I'm jumping ahead of myself. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides, right there. There we go. Just popped itself right out. So you and your loved ones are safe because of this new moon that brings beginnings. It brings powerful, intricate, interesting beginnings. It's walking through one way of life that seems to be on this endless kind of like Groundhog's Day loop where it's like, oh my gosh, when is this going to end? When am I going to wake up? When are things going to be different? And then it brings us to step out of your comfort zone, the North Lunar Node. The North Lunar Node is embracing our voice, embracing what we want. Remember, the North Lunar Node in astrology is shown as the head of the dragon. It's also known as the head of the dragon. We are embracing the power of our voice. We need to surrender to stepping out of our comfort zone, to the fact that we are going to be uncomfortable. We are going to be challenged during this time. It's not going to be a bad thing. It's going to be a powerful thing, an interesting thing, but not a bad thing. It moves us to our subconscious Luna message, which is a time for healing, abundance. As we heal, abundance comes into our lives. As we heal, we start to see ourselves looking and seeking and understanding that which was right in front of us, but couldn't be seen, couldn't be heard, couldn't be understood. Our subconscious energy to be mindful of, 10 of Wands, taking on too much. Oh, don't worry, I can handle it. Oh, don't worry, I can do it. Oh, don't worry, I got this. And lessening everybody else's load so that our own back breaks. It's like, no, stop it. The 10 of Wands is, yeah, the road is hard. So lessen your load and see what you can create from what you have right now. Our subconscious chakra energy is the solar plexus chakra. This is listening to our gut. This is listening to us. This is self-mastery. This is finding that we fall into alignment with who we are and what we want and what we need. We start to see where we're going a lot more in tunely, like just feel it a lot more than we had before. Our subconscious tarot message begins with the 5 of Cups. Change your mind and change your life. We can spend our whole lives looking at what should have been, what could have been, the hurts, the pains, the disappointments. Turn around. See the love. See the healing. See the unity that is there with the 2 cups that stand. We then have the 6 of Swords, and the 6 of Swords is gathering up our knowledge, gathering up our wisdom, and moving forward, saying it's time. Emotionally, this is a big step for us. Emotionally, we will feel things more intensely than we want to, and doubt and question. We still need to move forward. It brings us then to the Empress, nurturing, beautiful, powerful love. A connection of creation, a connection of insight and ideas and questionings and understandings, and a coming together of who we are and where we want to be. The Empress is something building within us, growing within us, and being able to bring it forward to the world, knowing that it will then become part of the world, for good or for bad or, indifferent, and is seeing and embracing that beauty and trusting, because it is scary and overwhelming. It is moving forward in love. It is knowing that there is this nurturing energy around us that cares for us and loves us and guides us. And that this is a highly creative, highly intuitive time. All right, Scorpio. I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I am sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all, and stay safe. Let's end this reading with a meditation, a clearing away of negative energy, a raising of our positive energy as we embrace the power, the intensity, and the beauty of this time and of ourselves. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace and in harmony, Scorpio, and may you have a blessed moon.